Assalamu alaikum everyone. Hope you all are doing well. Welcome to my YouTube channel All Round Learner. So in this video we will explore Maya Angelou's powerful poem Still I Rise. As we all know that Maya Angelou was an amazing poet and civil rights activist who wrote about important things like standing up for yourself and believing in your own worth. So today we are going to explore her inspiring poem that celebrates resilience and the strength to overcome tough times. So let's dive in and discover the beauty and meaning behind Still I Rise. First of all, I would like to start with an introduction of Maya Angelou. She was a remarkable woman who lived from 1928 to 2014. She was an American author, poet, and civil rights activist. Her life was full of challenges, including facing racism and discrimination. Despite these difficulties, Maya Angelou became an influential figure in literature and culture. She wrote a famous autobiography called I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, as many of you know, which talks about her early life and struggle. This book became a bestseller and made her a well known writer. Her poetry often reflected themes of resilience, hope, and empowerment, inspiring many people around the world. Her contribution to literature and activism earned her numerous awards and honors, making her a beloved and respected figure in American history. As Angelo was a stout civil rights activist, so Still I Rise can be taken as a powerful statement specifically against anti black racism in America. Now let's move forward to a poem recitation for clear understanding for you people. And I also love reading this powerful poem. This is my favorite, so let's start. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still, like dust, I will rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? 'Cause I walk like I have got oil wells pumping in my living room, just like moon and like sun, with the certainty of tides, just like hope springing high. Still, I will rise. Do you want to see me broken? Bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulder falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries? Does my haughtiness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard? 'Cause I laugh like I have got gold mines digging in my own backyard. You may shoot me with your words, you may cut me with your eyes, you may kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like air, I will rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Does it come as a surprise that I dance like I have got diamonds at the meeting of my thighs? Out of hearts of history, shame, I rise. Up from a past that rooted in pain, I rise. I am a black ocean, leaping and wide, welling and swelling, I bear in the tide. Living the behind nights of terror and fear, I rise. Into a daybreak that's wondrously clear, I rise, bringing the gifts that my ancestor gave. I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise. So, in the essence of summary and analysis, the poem is an assertion of dignity and resilience of marginalized people in the face of oppression. Because Angela often wrote about blackness and black womanhood, so Still I Rise can also be read more specifically as a critique of anti black racism. So, throughout the poem, there are references to racism, sexism, as we see, and other form of oppression that the speaker has faced. Despite these struggles, she refuses to be defeated or broken, and the repeated refrain, "Still I rise, still I rise, still I rise," emphasizes her firm spirit and steady resolve. Now let's discuss about its historical context and literary context of the poem Still I Rise. So it was published in 1978 in Maya Angelou's third volume of poetry, Still I Rise. At this point in her career, Angelou was already an established writer, having previously produced six plays, three autobiographies, two poetry books, and one spoken word album. After publication, Still I Rise became not only one of the most famous poems from its collection, but also one of the most famous and well known poems of Angelou's career. Angelo wrote Still I Rise in the decade following the American Civil Rights Movement. This movement was focused on achieving equality for black people. So basically, civil rights movement about achieving equality for black people and other people of color in the United States. During this time, activists were able to successfully achieve landmark legislation and judicial rulings such as the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Angelo wrote this poem in the late 1970s during the post Civil Rights Movement era, though, of course, racism continued to persist long past the movement's end. The black feminist movement had also found strength by this time, fueled by disappointment within the broader civil rights and feminist movement. So, racism, hatred, prejudice continue to persist in America. Thus, it is no wonder that Still I Rise, a poem about overcoming oppression, but continues to resonate and remain relevant for so many people today. Now, I would like to discuss about some poems, vocabulary words, or references that are frequently used in the poem for your better understanding to understand the poem. So, the first word is trod, that is originate from the past tense of tread, which means to step or walk. Here, Angelo uses this word to describe oppressor trampling the speaker and crushing her into the dirt. And the next word is beset, that is in line 6, and which means to be set upon or attracted by. Within the poem context, the speaker wonders why gloom has set upon the oppressor state of mind. And the third word is gloom in line 6, which means sadness or low mood. So here the speakers wonder why her oppressor seems so depressed. The next word is springing in line 11, which means to leap into the air. Here, hopes are metaphorically leaping joyfully high into the air. Basically, the word springing also contains the word spring, which is a hopeful season associated with rebirth. The next word is soulful, which means expressing profound and heartfelt feeling. Here, the speaker's soulful cries express her deep sorrow and pain. And the next and the last word is hurts, which means a small and crude shelter. Here, hut is a reference to the crude housing for enslaved people on plantation. Here are some themes of poem with examples, and the first one is resilience. So the poem celebrates the resilience of the speaker, who refuses to be defeated by adversity or discrimination. She consistently rises above challenges and hardship with strength and determination, and its textual reference is but still like dust I will ride. So this line analyze analyze the theme of resilience. The next theme is empowerment. Example is, does my sassiness upset you? So the poem empowers individuals to embrace their identity, heritage, and inner strength. It encourages self-confidence and assertiveness in the face of societal pressure. The next theme is defiance, and the example is, you may shoot me with your word. So the speaker here defies stereotype, prejudice, and negativity, asserting her right to exist and drive despite others' attempt to bring her down. And the other theme is unity and solidarity, and example is, just like moons and like suns. So the poem highlights the shared experience of marginalized communities and the importance of unity in facing systematic challenge. Other theme is overcoming oppression. Example is, out of the hearts of history shames. So here it addresses theme of racism, sexism, and discrimination, emphasizing the resilience and courage required to overcome oppressive forces. The next is hope and triumph, and example is, into a daybreak that's wondrous clear. So despite past traumas and struggle, the poem conveys a message of hope and triumph. a future free from oppression and filled with possibilities. So, these themes collectively create a powerful narrative of perseverance, self love, and indomitable human spirit. Certainly, here are some literary devices from Maya Angelou's Still I Rise with definition, explanation, and example in simple terms. So, first one is metaphor, that is comparing two unlike things without using like or as. Example is, you may write down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. So, this highlight or compares being written down in history to enduring falsehood and negative portrayal. And the second one is simile, comparing two unlike things using like or as. Example is just like moon and like suns. This highlights the comparison between the speaker eyes to celestial body, highlighting their resilience and brightness. Third one is repetition. Repetition of word, that is repetition of word or phrases for emphasizes. For example, I rise is repeated to emphasize the speaker determination and strength despite adversity. Next is imagery, that is using descriptive language to create vivid mental images. Example is shoulder falling down like teardrops. That so it creates an image of defeat or sadness. Alliteration, repeating the same consonant sound at the beginning of words. For example, bowhead and lower right uses the repeated D sound for emphasis and rhythm. Next is personification, that is giving human characteristics to human things. For example, I am the dream and the hope of the slave. That personifies dreams and hopes, making them active forces. Assonance, repeating vowel sound within the words in close proximity. Example is rising air, that uses the repeated I sound, creating a flowing and rhythmic quality. Eighth one is hyperbole, exaggerating for emphasis or effect. Example, you may shout me with your words, that exaggerate the power of heartful language to inflict harm. The ninth one is symbolism, using objects or ideas to represent deeper meanings. For example, out of the hearts of history shames, that symbolizes overcoming historical injustice and oppression. And the last one is irony, that is contrasting expectations with reality for a humorous or dramatic effects. For example, I rise. So, after describing challenges and oppression, is ironic as it defies expectation of defeat or submission. So, these devices help create a powerful and memorable message of resilience and defiance in the face of adversities and Maya Angelou. As we come to end of this journey through Maya Angelou's Still I Rise, so may we remember that resilience knows no boundary. Let this poem be a beacon of empowerment, reminding us all that we have the strength to rise above adversity, to break free from the chains of doubt and fear. Let us celebrate our heritage, our stories, and our journeys for the shape who we are and who we can become. Thank you again for joining me in exploring this powerful ode to resilience. Let's continue to rise together with courage, pride, and unwavering determination. Stay blessed.